like students' work that they have labored on as a collaborative project for the Doggy and Caddy Company. We hope that you find that these presentations will be stimulating and creative because they put many hours into creating this project. Thank you.
So, the amazing Switcharoo, Natalie Agudello,
Hi, I'm Laura Chop.
and I'm Laura Bertram. Come on.
Hi, I'm Son and Steve Gordon.
All right. All right. So, as a team, we created a product that we thought would succeed in the United States and Morocco. We had to come up with a product particularly for cats and dogs. After group discussions, we were able to agree on one product. This product was to make everyone's life easier when traveling with their pets. We agreed upon this product as a team. And in the end, decided to create a product such like a kettle, more like a hotel on the go. This kettle, though, was for all types of cats and dogs, no matter how big or small, how fat or thin they are. And this way, it's an easier way of traveling for all of the pets. All right. We've come up with 3 different materials to use for this product. Depending on the customer's preference, we offer metal, plastic, and cloth. This way, we make everyone happy and that special pet feel like a family member. We also thought about how kettles usually are bulgy and take up too much space. So we decided that this kettle would be able to fold up like a space bag and be able to, fold it in so many different ways that you can fit it into your pocket, and that way you can carry it with you. In addition, this kettle will ease the pet from being anxious throughout the trip, since it will be very comfortable. All right. The marketing project was able to open our eyes. Now our team is less ignorant of Morocco, this meaning that with all the research that we were able to do to find out more about Morocco, Morocco is a very big country and their culture is very unique and interesting. We were able to see more of Morocco when doing all of this research. We learned so much, such as having dogs for security reasons and not as pets. We also learned how many companies from here and there export products to here and in the United States. All right, Laura.
Thank you. Today we talk about the missing marketing strategies. So I'll go about technology for us. So out of 348 million some odd people, 273 billion use the internet. So that, you gotta think about that. That's a lot of people in the United States. So how we're gonna use the internet? We'll use social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, MySpace, YouTube. Another thing, we'll create a website for customers so they can contact us if they have any question, comment. And for the competitive force, there's $78.2 million and about 68.4 million cats are owned in the United States. 65% of American household own their pets, and approximately 78% of pets own and travel with their pets. You gotta think the number. Like, that's a very big number. That's a cash cow, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's more than enough to feed a whole generation. I'm just saying though, like, right here is the best market to get into right now. Like, there is a lot of people in the United States itself is traveling alone. There's a limited amount of competitor out there. How can you not even go inside this kind of market? So let's go talk about the social cultural force. We'll talk about the demographic wise. All right, so we're going to target the age, gender, race, ethnicity, I can't say that right now, I'm age, I'm sorry. Parental status, income, and education. 14% of all United States adults, 29.1 million say they travel with pets. That's a big amount of numbers. So cultural value, 78%. Human companions consider their dog as equal member of the family. I consider my family, my pet, my family. So you know what? we're gonna go into this market right now and make this thing happen. So 43% of travelers feel guilty about leaving their home dog behind. So you know what that means? They're gonna take our product. It's cash cow, ladies and gentlemen. Consumerism, safety of product, and loyalty of our product. We're gonna make everybody understand why our product is the best thing out there. So now I'm gonna let you, let my friend Sonic come talk about economic forces. Thank you.
Originally, I'm from West Africa, Liberia, and Morocco is in the north. And the USA is the biggest economy in the world and the most powerful, with the GDP as 50,000, like 49.800, compared to Morocco, which is like 5,000. But US has an oriented market, and the most of the businesses and the decisions are made and purchased by the federal government. And also, the labor force of America is like 0.7%, mostly farming, forestry, and fishing. And 20% is in manufacturing, extraction, transportation, and craft. 37% is managerial jobs and professional fields. 24.2% is sales, office, and the unemployment as of 2012 is 8.2%. The population below the poverty line is 15.1%. And the total budget of America is $2.465 trillion. The expenditure is $3.649 trillion. Some of the main products that we have here and we export to other countries are corn, wheat, fruit, vegetable, beef, pork, dairy products, and etc. The taxes in this country, GDP, is 15.7%. I would like to talk a little bit about some of the legal and regulatory forces of this country. As for the United States, most of the system here, they have the judges, and everybody is a lot more accounted for. And if you do something, you're going to be persecuted by the law. And there's a system, and most of this goes through the outcome of the elections and legislations and court judgment and all these decisions. And whatever you do here, most of the time you're going to get held accountable for it. As for Morocco, sometimes they have a lot of corruption. If you're going to bring business over there and the legal process, sometimes there's a lot of corruption and you need to go through one or two people to get things done. There are also political activity that may have a significant impact on the additional government function. There's influence in the firm. External environments include supply function, customer function, competitive function. And in general, the impact of the government is far-reaching and increasing. What about Morocco?
Morocco's leader, dude. That's USA, only USA.
All right.
That's okay.
Yo, sir.
Hi, I'm going to be talking about political forces. So the legal system is based on the Constitution of 1787, and the federal legislature is senated of 100 members, directly elected on plurality system for a 6-year term. Electoral system is universal, direct suffrage from the age of 18. Head of state, executive president elected by a popular vote via electoral college of 538 members for a maximum of two 4-year term. A state legislature, each of the 50 states except Nebraska has a bicameral legislature that essentially follows the model of the federal legislature. National government, the administration is appointed by and responsible to the president.
All right. So now we're going to talk about the international marketing strategy. So for Morocco, wise, 49% population use the internet. That's really ain't all that great, but it's still good enough. So the main information technology indicated that information technology market continues to increase in Morocco. So it's a good thing to go in right now because as we move further on in Morocco, everybody's going to start learning how to use the internet, and we use e-marketing to reach our customers, so they can actually keep up to date. It ain't the same as advertisement through domestic wise, but international wise, if we go out there, we're able to contact our customers and make them up to date with what we're doing. And with the competitive force, the people in Morocco use it for security purpose. They don't really use it for like what the United States people do. They only use it for basic security. But the best thing about it is we have limited competitors. There's about 5 people there, but they don't have products like ours. So it's really a great chance to get inside of it. So let's go talk about the social cultural force. For the demographic and diversity characteristics, we're looking for same thing as United States wise, age, sex, and all that genders. For the cultural value, we're looking to whether or not the product fits consumer lifestyle. So Morocco lifestyle is fairly poor, but at the same time, people we won't be targeting poor people. We'll be targeting the rich, wealthy people who's already out there already that need actually security dog purpose for traveling from point A to point B. So no one really want to have their dogs on a leash from point A to point B. So our product will be pretty good for being over there. For consumer, everybody do look for consumerism. So now,
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the economic forces of Morocco, which I really have more, because like I said, I'm from West Africa. Morocco is in the north. And Morocco has a capitalized on, because they are next to Europe and they have a cheap labor cost. And so because of that, they have an open market economy. And in the 80s, they were in a lot of debt. So they had to borrow money from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. And this money, as they got this money, they decided to put it to a better use to help the economy. A lot of companies borrow money from the IMF, a lot of third world countries. So they took this money and they built like ports and free trade zone and bridges just to improve their competitiveness with the rest of the other people in the world. Some of the key sectors of the current economy in Morocco are, agriculture, tourism, and textiles and apparel. And one of the major things is, despite all of Morocco's progress, they continue to suffer high unemployment because of illiteracy in the rural area. A lot of people don't know how to read and write. So because of that, there's high unemployment. And but so far the economy is doing very good. They're having like cheap labor, like I said, and a lot of people working, and they're making good use of all the money they borrow from the IMF. And but some of the major challenges they're fighting right now in the whole of Africa is they're fighting like corruption and trying to reform the legal system, because even though like somebody might get in trouble and they might find a way out of a situation, you know what I mean? So they're trying to fight that right now. That's a major problem. But their GDP is $171 billion as of 2012. Their per capita is $5,300 compared to America, which was $49,000. And they're ranked 153 in the world for the GDP and per capita where they stand. Agriculture made up 14% of their industry, of what they export, and the industry is 32.8% of the economy, and goods like service jobs are 52.6% of the economy as of 2012. The house income that I was going to say the household income, the highest is 10% of the country. So 10% of the country has the highest household income out of 100. And some of their major import partners are France, which is the highest because they speak French, so they import a lot of things from France, 13.6%. And then Spain, which is in Europe too, 11.2%. United States, they import stuff from us, 8.6%. And China, 6.5%. All these information came from the CIA World Factbook. And the inflation rate right now is pretty low, 1.4%, and they're ranked very good in the world because of what they're doing with their economy. They're ranked at 24 in the world. They export a lot of fabrics, a lot of cloth. I remember seeing those growing up, and they also export a lot of telecom equipments, like things for wires and cable and all that. They export the wheat, the gas, the plastics, electricity to countries like France, which is a big number. They export electricity to France for 19.7%. And then they also export product to Spain at 18.2%, India 6.2%, and Brazil 5%. All these countries are some of their major export partners. Some of the legal process, like I talked about earlier, some of the legal process that I talked about earlier, the system is really kind of slow, and when people get in trouble, they don't really get punished right away. It goes through a long process, and it might not be corruption, but people say, oh, it's corrupt because the system is not fast enough. Foreign companies in Morocco, they use the local court system to resolve dispute through arbitration, but it's about the movement of the system. You can go through all the legal system, but it doesn't mean. And also the creation of new commercial court has, however, competitive policies not well developed. And there are few safeguards against anti-competitive practices. You know how we got the SEC over here? If somebody's doing something illegal, and they're like, you want a monopoly or whatever, you want to control the market, they have similar systems there, but they're not really as aggressive as we have here. The tax regulations, and they're very time consuming. There's a lot of process you gotta go through. Everything doesn't move as fast as a first world country. I wouldn't label Morocco a third world, because based on what I just talked about, I'll put them like second. They're doing very good, and but they just have a long process in the legal forces. All right. The political forces also.
No, go ahead,
Is
tomorrow.
that for you?
Yeah,
Oh, I can go on all
only
day.
like 5 minutes.
Go ahead. I
Alright,
can.
so the political forces.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Legal systems are based on French and Islamic law and French legal procedures. National elections are bicameral system consisting of directly elected 325 seats, lower house of representatives, and 276 upper chamber of advisors, indirectly elected by an electoral college. Administration, there are 39 provinces and 8 urban prefectures. In executive, the king appoints the prime minister, who shows as a council of ministers, which is then approved by the unemployment rate. Point of entry to Morocco for animals and animal products are live animals, animal products, and byproducts can enter Morocco only through specific ports and airports like Casablanca, Sci-Fi, George, Lasfar, and the entry airport are Casablanca, Fez, Rabat, and Marrakech.
All right, so we have some strengths, the weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The SWOT analysis. The strengths are easier way of traveling with pets. The hotel is for all types of and sizes of cats and dogs to make their experience comfortable. Convenience and safe way to travel with your pet. Weaknesses are limited marketing budget, product not well known, and no brand recognition. Opportunities are growing cats and dogs products in the United States, growing market in Morocco, and to make market our product worldwide in the near future. Threats. New competitors realizing in the market potential. The economy affecting people's ability to travel and purchase our product. The target market segmentation.
Yeah.
All right, so meaning concentrated target strategy. The product strategy is the material, metal, cloth, plastic. The pricing strategy is limited time pricing, good quality and cost effective. Pricing varies, metal $15, cloth $9, and plastic $12. Distribution strategy is local marketing and e-marketing. Promoting strategy, radio, television, internet, and we also create awareness of our product, advertising, and such like that. demands for our product and product trial.
Free trial.
Yes, free trial, get a sample.
Yep.
So basically what that means is if you decide, say you want to try out the product, but you're not sure if you're going to like it, you can try it out for 30 days. Now, we will give you your money back if you return it within the 30 days and you seem not to like it. We'll give you that sample. Now, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns?
I see you doing
Is
your.
Oh, no,
Questions?
you have to stay up, could you just kind of spread out?
Okay.
And we can, are there any questions to, or comments that you'd like to make? At least questions right now for comments about the product or the service or domestic or international?
I don't know, you might have mentioned this, but is it gonna be made in different sizes? For
Yeah.
like small
Yes.
dogs, big
Yeah.
dogs, all different,
And we have different materials for
to
that
cater
too.
to everyone's needs?
Yeah, exactly.
Any other questions? Come on.
Come on.
How much is it? Is it like different for each material?
Yes, like
Yes.
he was saying.
So like metal is $15, cloth would be $9 just because it's cheaper to be made by cloth, and then plastic would be $12.
So did you state that in your,
I
Yes.
did.
Yes.
Yes.
it was,
It was like the
One of the last line,
one of the last, okay.
right before the question comment, sir.
Calm down.
Just to move it, you have a lot of statistics, but who approved the presentation? Who approved the PowerPoint?
Both of us.
You
Okay.
know,
Oh, well, there were misspellings,
All right.
and,
I didn't know this was English class, I'm sorry.
oh, well, it's your job.
Yeah, that's my job.
And and I'm just being, serious, that when there are misspellings, wrong, you had lowercase in one place where the political forces, and then you had it in uppercase, which was correct further in the sentence. So before you're gonna submit the PowerPoint to me today, is to make those changes and to look for any other spelling errors. But how many rich people, you said you're gonna target the rich people, they're 10% of
Yeah.
Morocco?
Yeah,
I mean, how much is 10%? Is 10%, is that 100? Is
Yeah,
that
10
10,000 or that?
well, 10% of the population, the total population, which, I
Which
believe.
is how much?
The total population,
I
I
think,
believe.
it's not in the slide, but.
Yeah, but no,
Okay.
yeah, but,
I got it down,
it's a small number, it's not a lot.
Well, what is the number, since
Right.
you've been
We're gonna
running the
edit that
numbers?
and, I believe,
No, I'm just,
Yeah.
those are questions,
Right.
Because you're using these numbers, the
Right.
statistics, to prove your strategy will be success. The other thing is, I guess, Boris stated that, the US market is a gold mine, a cash cow.
Yes.
So is that true for
Well,
Morocco? Is that a
no,
cash cow as well?
No, for Morocco wise, since everybody in Morocco doesn't really treat their pets as a family, they only use it for, security purpose. So, like, the economy there is not as great. It's almost like a third world, I guess, consider that. But then, like, then no one really travel.
Well,
It's the world.
wait a minute, you met the people from Morocco. Do they look like third world people?
No, it's not.
remember I was talking about.
Oh,
my
yeah,
economic
that's right.
forces?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like, it's not as great. No
Well,
one
it's
really
not
travels.
first,
Yeah,
but it's,
no.
I believe it's not first, like I
Yeah.
said, but it has to be second,
Yeah.
because I gave all the numbers
Yeah.
based on their inflation and their ranking,
Yeah.
courtesy of CIA, World Factbook, and all that.
But my last question, unless someone else has one, she deals, focus on, okay. Oh man, I just lost it. So would you market the product in Morocco?
No, I'm sorry. I don't think we can actually go inside of Morocco, but, for this presentation, we'll say that we're able to, but for me personally, I think it'd be a waste of money. And personally, Natalie talked to one of the.
So why would you say it for the presentation if you don't?
Yeah, because Natalie was saying that,
I don't want to, we're being recorded, so I don't
It's
want to be
okay.
like, we're going at it,
So
Advertise over there.
50% of you believe that you could market it to Morocco, this product or service, and the other 50% do not.
Yep.
Because you only have a small sample of
yes,
faculty that came
Right.
from Morocco. You did not do a
yeah,
broader survey. And what would be the potential is this population growing, is the US relationship growing? Because
Yes.
does the US have a trade agreement with Morocco?
Yes, I put that in the thing, they signed what I call bilateral,
Agreement, yeah.
trade agreement, and that's helping the economy a lot. They did that in 2006.
Right, so there's no tariffs.
No tariffs, yeah.
Yeah.
They got the free trade,
Agreement.
and the agreement, and that helps with the economy. That's really helping them right now, the free trade agreement.
Right. All right, I thank you. You were the first